some distance. Long range, close range, however I deliver. Shit you gonna remember, I go for kill shots, it's not to injure. Many spars got no hold. Show them how to use the flow. Man, you can't move the flow. They stay pissed off, cause I'm this hard. I launch rocket raccoons. Countdown to lift off.
Listen, hit them with my missile. Blow they spaceship the fuck up. Decapitate Russian sickle. Ravishing Brock rude. Disrespectful nigga. Hakaluga up in your food. Shit. Far from a small fry. Knuckle up two black guys from black guys. Listen, man. Bust flames I don't miss. No game long range. Turn your dome to red mist. People on TikTok, face to face with Brock, talk shit, you get knocked out. Damn. Conservative static, sight picture bust rounds, hunting season, you silly rabbit. Tricks for kids. Act bananas, I will kill you when I step across city blocks. Eddie Brock, Godzilla. Face me, face to feet, get beat, hands and feet, turn your face to mince meat. Listen, yo. I'm not no hero. Forward, down, forward, high punch, grab spine, sub-zero. Can't forget about Robbie. Have him running to the cops crying. Brock just robbed me. Damn, pussy. Street fighter with black fist. KO uppercut, bitch nigga.
Oh, you can. What's up? What's up? Greetings. TNathan here. Y'all know what time it is. What's up, nephew? Y'all know what time it is. It is Monday, September the 9th, one day before the presidential debate, which we will be streaming here tomorrow. And you are with TNathan in Conversations with TNathan on the GCPR network and across all my social media accounts. TikTok, X, YouTube, Twitch, except Instagram. I tell you, it doesn't matter how early I think I'm going to be. I am never early. Yeah, that's just not happening. I'll chalk it up to I'm black. How you all doing today? Hope you all had a good weekend. Hope everything is safe, secure, and beautiful with you. And yeah, what y'all up to? What y'all up to out there? What happened? What happened this weekend? A lot happened this weekend, and we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Haitians eating ducks out the park in Springfield, Ohio. Greetings! My bestie is here. My bestie is here. My bestie. My bestie is here. Bestie. Yeah, my bestie has also left me for a week. So y'all just realize that you all see a lot of me this week is because I am alone. All right. While they're out somewhere eating miniature meals, calling them I call them appetizers. But greetings and salutations. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. We're going to get into several news stories tonight that I want to cover and I want to talk about. Elon is starting shit again. Yeah, we got him too. But we're going to talk about the obvious racism and the attacks on Haitian refugees and the lies that are being told about them and even being spread by people like J.D. Vance, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, and other racists and bigots across social media. Um, we're also going to talk about what happened to Tyreek Hill. Miniature to you. We're also going to talk about what happened to Tyreek Hill yesterday. I have body cam footage, but I noticed the body cam footage they have released this far, it doesn't show the officer that we know kicked him also. But this body cam footage is bad enough, and TikTok gave me a community guidelines violation for trying to put it up. So, but you know me, I'm going to show it here. And then I have an 18-minute video we're going to watch of the interaction with um, Colin. I call him Colin for a moment before I go back to calling him Colin. Colin Gray and his son, Colt, and the authorities that came to his house last year and notified him that his son was basically a future school shooter. So we got a lot of video to watch. We got a lot of things to cover. So we're going to, what we're going to do? We're going to get right into it. Yeah, we're going to get right into it. And we're going to start off. I guess I'll start off as whatever comes up first. That's what it is. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what happened to Tyreek. We're gonna talk about that video of what happened to Tyreek yesterday and the body cam footage that we now have access to. And then we'll talk about that for a minute. I'm gonna tell you my thoughts because we know, we understand. Anti-blackness is what's up, Jazz? See you there too. You hanging out with my bestie?
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Like what? Why you have it up? What you gotta do? Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down. Hey! Keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me your ass. Get out of the car. Give me your ass. We'll break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of blood don't you understand?
Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin.
When we tell you to do something, you do it.
I'm getting
You understand?
out. I'm getting out,
You
bro.
understand? Not what you want, but what we tell you.
I'm getting
You're a little
out.
fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too
bro.
late.
All right, bro. Take
Too
me to
late.
jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey, Drew. Hey,
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
bro. Y'all
Don't move.
good. Bro, you
Sit 'em
beating
up.
on my window like you crazy.
Just sit him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, dude, beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing, twin. Damn. Hey, I gotta do it to the side, bro.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey. Hold on, twin, hold on. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery
Really?
on
What
my
a
knee, bro.
coincidence. I just heard you in your ears when we told you to put your window down.
Chill, bro. Hey, Joe New, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew. Hey, call Drew. Call Drew, bro. Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing nothing. What am I doing that's wrong?
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, they got Tyreek. The cops over here beating on him, man.
Listen.
They over here beating on Tyreek,
Listen, big man. Don't park there, man. Just get in
Hey,
the car.
hey, Drew, you gotta come, man.
Just get in the car.
Straight up the side, on the side of the,
Hey, get in the car. You're parked in the middle of the street.
I'm in the car.
You gotta go before you get a ticket.
Hey,
I'm
you're
not
in the car.
driving. I'm not
Who's the
driving.
driver? This is my car.
All right, move.
All right, I'll take that.
You gotta move right now.
Coming, man.
Let me have your license. You're gonna ticket too.
I'm coming.
Let me have your license. You're gonna ticket. Let me have your license.
I'm leaving.
I'm not playing. Let me have your
I'm
license.
leaving. Yo, what's
Your
going
license
on?
right now.
Sir, what's going on,
Your license
man?
right now. You're not gonna give me your license?
Get in the car and leave.
You're not gonna give me your license?
I'm leaving.
Let me have your
I'm
license.
leaving,
Your
man.
license
I'm
right now.
leaving. Sir, you want me to
Hey,
leave?
your license right now.
I'm leaving.
Or I'm gonna lock you
He just
up.
told
Your
me to
license
leave.
right now.
He just told me to
Your
leave.
license right now.
Sir, he just-
You're dealing with me now.
Sir.
Your license right now.
Okay, so that's. I guess we'll talk about Colin and that next. That's the next video up. But yeah. So there you have it. That's the angle. That's one. There were 4 officers on the spot, and they have released the body cam footage. I have that angle right now, and it flies in the face of everything that the police chief, police union's president said. Um, you see the design of the car. You see how everything. You see that he did give when he first pulled up. He rolled the window down, gave him his license, and said, he was somebody who was late for the game. Said, give him the ticket. Let's get it. And then I guess he didn't like the officer didn't like the dismissive attitude that he gave him. He gave him the license. What else you want? You gonna write me a ticket? He gave him the license, and then the other officer comes over, and you can see he's the aggressive one, talking about we'll break this window, right? I thought this was extreme for one, for a simple violation, minor violation that is just a ticket. They wrote him 2 tickets and let him go. But this is the thing, right? Oh, before I get to that, so you see that part, and if you didn't see my video of them kicking him in the back when he's handcuffed, after he tells them he has um, that because Kerry, that's all they released. That's all they released, and I'm telling you, that's the thing about it. They released this part. There were 4 officers there. All of them had body cam footage running. We actually have more footage of that arrest from people that were around than they said they released this in the name of transparency. But we still didn't know what the minor violations was supposed to be, allegedly, that inspired them pulling over. Now, like I say, you see how the officer came over and grabbed him by the neck and snatched him down. He was trying to sit down. He was going to sit down. He was in the process of sitting down, and you can see that from the other video that passerbys put. But he wasn't moving fast enough for them. And so then you see the idea they put his knee in his back. This is a simple citation. This is a citation moving violation because they wrote him 2 citations. But the president of the police union spoke out before this video was released. And then when this video is released, this is not what we see happening. um, Tyreek Hill said yesterday during he had an interview I saw today also. But yesterday's interview struck me, and if you saw my video, I made the point because he said, "What would have happened if he wasn't Tyreek Hill? If you were in the back streets of Alabama and something like that, you would have we wouldn't have even known to make you a hashtag. You would be just the same as any other black man. Because I keep telling you all that black wealth, black capitalist, black fame does not protect you from racism and bigotry in this country. We have no Black people in this country's history have had no problem securing wealth. We have had some of the wealthiest cities in this country's history that have been burned down whenever racists felt like we were getting too uppity. We have not had a problem with building black wealth and black capital. That's why when I hear people talk like that, I'd be like, that doesn't protect you all any more than it protects women against the aggressions of men. Because when it happens because we don't have the ability to defend it any more than a piece of paper is nothing more than a piece of paper, and you call it a restraining order. Paper does not stop bullets, and money does not stop racism. And people delude themselves into believing that. That's why LeBron James lives in a gated community, and somehow he still managed to get the N word spray painted on the side of his garage. Um, Tyreek Hill would have been a statistic if it wasn't for the situation he was at. There were too many people there to take account of it. Um, I think the police noticed when the cameras of other people were pointing at them. They also put Cletus Campbell, in handcuffs. Also, one of Tyreek Hill's teammates that stopped and tried to de-escalate the situation. They put him in handcuffs. His mom was on the way. His mom saw it and everything. And but this is I hate to say it, but it's not rare. It is not rare. I remember them burning man Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. I tutored Mahmoud back when his name before he became Mahmoud in high school. You know, at the same age. And it was when Ebony called me and told me that their house was on fire. She had called me and told me that their house was being burnt down. This was a house he had in Gulfport, Mississippi. And for those who don't know Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, Mahmoud played basketball for the Denver Nuggets, and he used to give me season tickets when I was living in Lowry. But anyway, he played basketball. He was an NBA player, and Petra probably knows him because she's from the coast also. But it didn't protect him. And I remember Carol Henderson telling him not to buy that house in the neighborhood in Mississippi that he was buying the house in. But he learned that black wealth does not protect you from racism when they think you are acting too uppity. That's in Mississippi. That's what black people they tell us we're acting uppity. But I used to like uppercut. Yeah, I'm gonna uppercut you. Yeah, that's what I want. This is why I believe in mandatory body cams that can't be turned off. Yeah, that part. But it doesn't. Louisiana too. What's up, Portia? Yes, Louisiana. And I'm gonna talk about. I guess I should do a video. I didn't realize how many people we talk about this election and how violent people think it's going to be. Do you all? No, of course you don't. 1872 in Louisiana actually was one of the most violent elections that this country has ever seen. 150 black men were killed in that after in the aftermath of that election. The Klan and other white supremacists, 150 black men were killed, and all they were trying to do was get their vote to count. This was during Reconstruction. As a matter of fact, it's the reason that Reconstruction came to an end and Jim Crow started. Louisiana wound up installing two governors at that time, two heads of the executive branch. And if you get a chance, look it up. It's the election of 1872 in Louisiana. And the governor at the time reminds me of a lot of Donald Trump, of his blatant use of power, his blatant lies, but he had the backing of white supremacy. And you have to understand this was after the Civil War and Reconstruction, where the government didn't send in troops to protect black people. They just told them they were free. It didn't work out well. It didn't work out well. I want a national server also that all body cams are logged onto while they can't destroy footage. Wishful thinking that that's going to happen. We can try, but I think we need an independent police reporting system anyway. So let our communities know when they shuffle police around from one district to other that these people have records, because there's no way that the murderer of people like Mahmoud and Samir Rice and Fernando Castile should be able to get jobs anywhere. Anywhere. Was Grant the president in 1872, or was that he was elected? Yeah. My grandmother told me that she was told by her aunties that they had to hide their husbands. Yeah, in Louisiana? Yes. Yes, your grandmother was right. They were literally, because black men had the right to vote, and they were literally going around. Yes, that is true. That is true. And I sometimes I forget how much I know about history, and I think other people know, and I'll be talking, and I'll forget I need to explain these situational history situations, because I tell people that this reminds me of a lot of what I read about 1872, the present election coming up, that same mentality of white men um, being the driving force of the real violence behind it, and how marginalized communities are just in response to this violence. And that's why the red hot summer of 1919 was so um, meaningful, between 1919 and 1923, what accumulated in the destruction in Rosewood and destruction in Tulsa in the Greenwood district known as Black Wall Street. But Black Wall Street Black Wall Street is kind of a misnomer, because they were all considered Black Wall Streets. Elena, Arkansas, Rosewood, Florida, Cicada. Um, you got Oscarville. You you had. Did I mention Rosewood? Did I mention Tulsa? Did I mention Greenwood? Yeah, I mentioned all those. But there were several communities of color, just like the Osage, that were independent in their own idealisms and their own being able to provide for themselves. But of course, whenever white people were offended by anything, because people don't talk about it, but even in Tulsa, they burned down that section after they looted that section. They stole pianos for these homes. They stole chandeliers. They stole all the things that these black people had manifest for themselves before they burned down the Tulsa, the Black Wall Street, the Greenwood District. It's called the Greenwood District. The Greenwood District of Tulsa. They stole it. They stole it. The money that was in the bank that these black people had amassed over that time period, millions of dollars, they never returned it because they were talking about you don't have ID. Like you knew who these people were literally, but you stole their money because they didn't have ID because they were forced to flee in the middle of the night. As a matter of fact, if you notice when I was talking about Johnstown, Pennsylvania, where Donald Trump had his last rally at before, um, even Butler, these are sundown towns. In 1923, 101 years ago, I always think it's interesting that he picks these places because in 1923, the mayor of Johnstown ran out all the black people and what he called Mexicans or anybody of Hispanic origin. He gave them less than 24 hours to pick their stuff up and get out of town, and that's what he held. Is what he held his rally at. Just like I always said that when in 2021 2020, he came to Tulsa, and we had to make sure that we put a kibosh on that. But man, I am so disgusted by what them folks get away with. Well, yeah, but this is the thing. Also mentioning in accordance with the Tyreek Hill video because I got a lot to cover, and it's already 21 minutes in, and I know we're gonna be overtime on here, but I want to get a lot of this in for the GCPR people. But those were Hispanic. Those were white Hispanic I should say white passing Hispanics that were treating him like that. Because I tell people that anti-blackness is a worldwide cultural phenomenon, and the aggressive nature they took with him, yeah, that is that is it. Yes, because they were just cornering, coming through the right, just getting black men out of their homes. Yeah, that was Louisiana, but they have. I'm gonna tell you something. If we go from Reconstruction, after Reconstruction, to about 1901, about that 30-year period of Jim Crow was just starting, that was much more common than people want to believe that black men were targeted or intimidated into either not voting or um, facing facing a noose. Yeah, that intimidation was used over and over again. I have a book called No Sanctuary here, and in that book, it is a testimony to the lynching of black families. People don't realize that Black Mary Turner's story and all this. These were in direct opposition to people who were just trying to exercise their rights as citizens. And yeah, they didn't like that. When you hear about Fannie Lou Hamer, when you teach um, no problem with you going over. Oh, like Fannie Lou Hamer's story when she talks about what happened to her when she just simply tried to register to vote. When they talk about Winona and all that. So yeah, that is history. That is true history. So let's do the next short story, and then we'll move into the longer story. Because the next story I want to talk about is this is hilarious to me, and I'm using conservative Ella video because that's the video I'm going to do my response video to. Now, every so often, of course. It was Venezuelans last month, and now it's Haitians. It always gets back to Haitians. You all notice that. So Venezuelans were everywhere last month. They were doing everything. They were taking over apartment complexes. The Venezuelan gangs were running my former compatriots out of Chicago. Really, really, Al Capone couldn't do that. But anyway, but now it's Haitians. So I want y'all to listen to this video, right? Is it back to Venezuela again? It's back to Venezuela again. It never leaves. But I want you to see the JD Vance actually tweeted this also. The story you're about to hear, JD Vance has picked it up. Elon Musk has picked it up. Charlie Clerk has picked it up. and I'm going to debunk it and for now, but it doesn't matter. But I want you to see how these things make the round. I want you to see this because these people will talk about conservative. She's going to talk about research, right? And you're going to notice the difference in research because they're not going to show any sources.
Hey Patriots. So I didn't want to believe what I'm about to tell you, but after researching, looking into it in Ohio, I actually have people out in Ohio. It turns out that there is accuracy to this story. So Springfield is a small town in Ohio. 4 years ago, it had about 60,000 residents. Under Harris and Biden, 20,000 Haitian immigrants were shipped to Springfield, Ohio. The Haitians, and I'm not saying all of them, but some of them are literally like going to parks, you know, how we feed the ducks or whatever. They are taking ducks and cutting their heads off and taking them home to eat them, to cook them and eat them. There was a neighbor that was missing her cat. She couldn't find her cat. One day she came home from work. As soon as she stepped out of her car, looked towards a neighbor's house where Haitians lived, and saw her cat hanging from a branch like you do like a deer when you're field dressing or butchering. And they were carving the cat up to eat. They've been doing this to dogs. They've been doing it at Snyder Park with the ducks and the geese. This is Harrison Biden's. They flew these people in to Ohio. So if you're out in Ohio, please watch your animals. If you're anywhere, really, please watch your animals because their customs are not the same as ours, obviously. And this is just so wrong. It's disgusting, but it is in fact true. So please be safe. Keep your pets inside. Keep your cats inside. I see a ton of cats roaming around all the time. And then I get like alerts that, you know, somebody's cat's missing. I'm like, keep your cats inside, you know? I don't know. But just be safe, guys. Yeah, pray for the animals.
All right. Let me clear something before I cuss. Right. I don't want people I don't want people to think I'm gonna cuss them out. But do understand, not in Haiti. Cats are not a delicacy in Haiti in any way stretch of the imagination. That whole everything she just said was rooted in racism. Everything she said is rooted in racism. Everybody who's passing those videos around or making any lead way for that being anywhere near the truth is rooted in racism also. Um, there is no police report. There is no confirmation in any way, shape, or form that any of that is remotely true. Um, there is no police reports. Always work right. It's like this is a tactic. This is a tactic. This is a tactic. It's like, oh, the animals, and they have all these memes of Donald Trump running around saving ducks and cats. Right? Listen, tell me, right? The Haitians that are in Springfield are not illegal aliens or undocumented aliens. They are part of the temporary order for extenuating circumstances because of their country's dire needs. So, and they've been under this temporary order ever since 2011. The Haitian immigrants that are in that area are actually the reason that Springfield, Ohio's um, the housing market is recovered. They come in, they work. If you know Haitians, you know they work, and there's been no problem of this before, never before. This is this is a lies. They are lies rooted in racism because um, that's the narrative that we're going to push. There's no evidence that Haitian immigrants are eating ducks, geese, or pets in Springfield, Ohio. Period. There is no evidence. There's no reports being called in to the police about missing dogs, cats, or pets. All this bitch ass shit that they're talking about is rooted in racism. And like I say, it's always these people who have never left their county have already become experts in identifying different people from different cultures and nationalities. They become experts at it. All of a sudden, they can identify a Venezuelan from a videotape. And then this woman had the nerve. This woman that could barely put two words together and make a complete English thought had the nerve to say that they were Venezuelan because I could tell by their accents. Bitch, you can't even spell Spanish. Guys, please, I get so many calls about cats. Look, you can't even spell Spanish and got the nerve to think you can differentiate. You all they're the same people running around here calling Portuguese Brazilian. Riddle me this, liberals. Why did I see a Haitian eating a burger? What's up, pirate? What's up? And that's it. That is what we're talking about. And it's always this cycle. And it always is embedded with white men. And this is the thing that got me because I'm going to do a video about it. I'm going to spoil some of it for you all because I went through her page, right? And on her page, there's no mention of Joseph A. Couch. Joseph A. Couch, who is still there's still a manhunt underway for him for shooting up a highway outside of London, Kentucky at the exit 49 off of I-75. And there's a manhunt underway for him. Schools have to been closed. Is he a Haitian? No. Is he a Venezuelan? No. He's a 32-year-old white man that somehow was able to buy 2,000 rounds for an AR-15 and didn't set off no kinds of alarm. And that's factual. And then she dismisses. Let me tell you, there's a video where she mentioned the shooting that took place in Weiner in Weiner, Georgia, for about 3 seconds to talk about what else happened that day that nobody was paying attention to because some pastor that was not at home, the pastor that said that if you're a Democrat, he didn't want you in his church because that's what Jesus would say. That pastor, he was not at home, and they said his house got shot up 30 or 40 times. How do you just rush past the four dead people that this 14-year-old killed? Y'all know I don't have any sense. I don't say unalive. I'm sorry. That's why my lives get suspended. I don't say unalive. I mean murdered, killed. To go to the news at a pastor's house that is a bigot and racist and probably was one of the husbands of one of the wives in the church anyway that did it, and just that's it. But you have videos after videos talking about Haitians and Venezuelans. Yeah, F1 is probably, thank you for the F1s. Hope they work. If they don't, I'll see you on the next account. Um, but there is no evidence to this. No evidence at all that this is a thing. And the case they did use, because if you all saw, there's a video circulating of Alexis Terrell. I forgot her last name. I apologize. But there's a video of a lady in Canton. She's not even in Springfield. She's in Canton, Ohio. And she was in the front yard. She had killed the neighbor's cat, the girl's cat, and she was sitting there biting into the cat when she was arrested. She's a citizen of the United States of America. She's a citizen. She's not from Haiti. She's a citizen of the United States of America with a criminal record and a mental health record. But they were trying to say she was Haitian because she was black. It's never any evidence. They are white and they expect people to believe them. I remember a little man at the Democratic National Convention told the My Pillow guy, "So your proof is trust me, bro." That's what it is. Your proof is trust me, bro. In the face of actual proof, and the face of it, and they act like it's just like in New York. They had the four immigrants that had beat up the police officer. Should mind his own business, I guess. But anyway, he beat up the police officer, and they just ran with that, even though across the country crime is down. But they would have you believe that the influx of they call it what they call them is the cause of crime. But excuse me, you're just gonna speed past the mass murders. And I told you the other night, whenever something happens in marginalized communities, it's always they turn to and say, "Hey, you were raised in a single parent home. I can understand." Or the family structure in the black community, the brown community, isn't what it used to be. But why do I never hear this in reference to these school shooters? 386,000 some students have been impacted by school shootings since 1999. 1999. There was a video of it. Crime is not down. That's the Democrats trying to make you all feel good. Rollover driver. I bet you can't provide me with the proof that crime has not been on a steady decline since before Joe Biden and the Democrats and the Republicans got together and signed the Crime Act. Bet you can't show me that. Did what happened today in Des Moines, Roosevelt High School, make it national? Yes, but it because only um, it wasn't considered a mass shooting. It wasn't. It was like one in Maryland where the guy in the student in the bathroom, the gun went off in the bathroom. That didn't make it in. It makes me. I make it because I got too many damn TV screens that my bestie is always telling me about. But it makes it, but it doesn't. It just think those don't even amount to mass shootings. Those are not even considered a mass shooting when something like that happens, and those happen a lot. I remember the week of Columbine, right? There were the same number of students killed in Washington, D.C. in schools. The same amount of students in Washington, D.C., but all of them were black. And they didn't make the news because they were at separate incidents. They can't show you proof because they're going by what Trump says. Right. The same Trump that said today that he was going to put his political enemies in jail. That Trump. The comment sections on the news channels FB was disgusting. This is the thing, right? These people can't rub two brain cells together and come up with a research statement. They just can't. They can't. It's like when you hear. I was watching today because I watch stuff like this. I was watching today. They had this panel discussion, and the panel discussion was Republicans that support Trump and Republicans that were never Trumpers, and it was so funny. It was so funny watching Republicans eviscerate MAGA supporters. It is funny, right? This is why, and you break it down, and I say, ever since the Fraternal Order of Police, who I cannot even use that hashtag on TikTok for some reason, ever since the Fraternal Order of Police has come out and endorsed Donald Trump, that should let everybody know in marginalized communities that criminal records are not the standard. N- Graping somebody, we can still support you. We can still support you. And people were talking about they're supporting him because he's going to give them qualified immunity. Immunity. Question, question. I'm challenge that because what do they have now? You understand what a police officer has to do to someone before they even get tried, much less found guilty. I think recent occurrences in certain cases have got you all delusional and y'all don't remember the hundreds of other cases where no officer is arrested or tried or convicted. Amber Geyer is an outlier. That's an outlier. The five cops the five cops from Memphis that murdered Tyree Nichols, they black, so we're not surprised that they're on trial. With just like the Minnesota, the black cop that accidentally said he shot the woman who called him, yeah, shouldn't have killed the white woman. He didn't have they didn't waste no time trying him. But look how long it took Derek Chauvin to get convicted. Look how long. See, we allow those people to. They're not the standard. Those are the outliers. Those are the outliers. Fernando Castillo's officer that killed Fernando Castillo, nothing. Went to another department. Samira Rice, same thing. Went to another department. So don't get it twisted. Cops, they're endorsing him because that's who they like. Because at the end of the day, qualified immunity might people argue for that. It sounds nice and it should exist. We should not have qualified immunity, but basically cops have it now. Because you understand, a cop could witness a cop committing a crime right next to them, and they don't have the ability to arrest them. They have to wait to internal affairs. They can report it, but they have no ability to arrest a cop committing a crime unless it's something like shooting somebody right in front of them. So, yeah, community kind of overrated. I understand people want it, but it's not the defining factor for why the Fraternal Order of Police endorsed a 30-time convicted felon that is also guilty of a heinous crime against a woman. Yeah, cops turn a blind to it all the time. That's why I tell people, is my chief of security in here? I didn't see him come in. That's why I tell you all the time that that's why I say it's hard to say they're good cops when if you allow yourself to get caught up in a system and you believe these are your brothers and you'll say, hey, I'm just going to turn my eye against it, you might as well have been in an organization like me because that's what you are. He's not late, been here the whole time. I just now seen him. My bad. All right. So that's the reality of it. That argument about immigrants or Haitians is mired in xenophobia and racism, and that's that. There is no there is no way around it. It's mired in that. So now we're going to move to the longest video in my series, uh, in today's series, and that's going to be this is going to be the conversation that was had um, with before we get into that. The Country Music Awards came out, nominations came out today, and because Beyonce just had a spectacular country album. Um, her song Texas Hold'em was at number one. It was first song written and recorded by a black woman that makes the number one since Tracy Chapman's Fast Car. It was spectacular. So you understand that there were just so many awards nominations that Beyonce got from the Country Music Award. They were so many, in fact, that they had to go all the way back through the infinite numbers and get back to zero. Yeah. Yes. Cowboy Carter received exactly zero nominations for country music from the Country Music Academy for the awards show in November. Yeah, zero. Everybody around was singing Texas Hold'em, 16 Carriages. You know, she she single handedly revived black, little known black artists in the country genre and put them on the stage. As a matter of fact, in a move to seem inclusive but really dismissive, they nominated the bar song by an artist that had two cuts on Beyonce's album, Country, Carter Country. Yeah, she was just opening doors to other Western black artists. She did that, but I'm not surprised. The hate is real, mm, and we're gonna probably run over GCPR, so y'all just strap in. But the hate is real because it's 44, and I haven't even got to my next video. The hate is real. You understand? They always when they this is the thing that gets me right. Country music tries to seem like it's so inclusive, but every time they talk about somebody, they'll talk about Charlie Pride. They may mention Daryl Ruckus, and they'll talk about um, Ray Charles's album. Ray Charles. You understand? If it wasn't for the fact Luke Campbell won Song of the Year for Fast Car. and he won performance. Well, Tracy Chapman only got the award because she wrote it, and a lot of people didn't know Tracy Chapman wrote that song as they were going around here singing it all over the place. Right, a lot of people didn't know that, and then it was an honor. I did like the performance that they did at the CMAs because Tracy Chapman is amazing to me, an amazing artist, and she put. And when I said she put Luke to shame, people were like, well, he was just under singing to let her perform. No, she was under singing to let him perform. Let's not get it twisted. Tracy Chapman is her. Don't ever get that Tracy. Tracy Chapman is her, and she won the award because she wrote the song. But Luke got the performance of the year for the song. Just another example of how black people are always good because you want our rhythm but not our blues. So anyway, but Country Carter did not get any nominations at the CMAs. Just think y'all like to load that. Now we're gonna go because I can talk about that. Now we're gonna go to the video I want you all to really see that we're gonna cap off with, and we're gonna talk about this song. And this is the video from, like I told you, 2003. I want you to listen to this exchange, and it's a couple of minutes. If y'all, I assume we already had a moment of silence for James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones did not want a moment of silence. James Earl Jones. I was gonna close with it, but I read comments and again, but yes, for those who didn't know, James Earl Jones passed today, 93 years old, and I I remember watching the last, not the Alkalite, but the one before it in 2021, right? Star Wars story. Um, and I heard Darth Vader's voice, and I was like, James L. Jones is still Darth Vader. He is still Darth Vader. At 91 years old, he did that. 91 years old, he was still the voice of Darth Vader. But people don't realize James Earl Jones had a long history. Field of Dreams, Great White Hope. He had two Emmys, two Grammy. No, he had two Emmys, two Grammys, an Oscar, and I don't know how many Tonys he has. He's an EGOT. James Earl Jones, an EGOT. Before we knew him as Simba, before we knew him as Coming to America, James Earl Jones was him. Had that baritone voice. As a matter of fact, this is CNN. That's James Earl Jones. All the narrative, a lot of these nature programs we watched before Oprah was narrating them, or before Jamie Foxx was narrating them, it was James Earl Jones. Field of Dreams, Mufasa, Mufasa. Ooh, say it again, say it again. That was all James Earl Jones. But we're gonna talk more about. But I want to get to this because this is going to take me over tonight. We're gonna be over the mark tonight. But it's Monday. Who expected me not to run over on Monday night? And y'all can expect me to run over tomorrow night too. So I was telling everybody needs to get their show out the way because we're gonna start early tomorrow and we're gonna run late. If I have to go invade other people's shows, we're gonna be on it. So y'all prepare, get all your snacks, because we're gonna have commentary and we're gonna talk about it. Because the last time I talked about a debate, people were mad at me. People were mad at me for how long? I think some of them still mad at me. Some people still blame me for the debate because of how I talked about it after it was over, right? But yeah, if something go wrong, y'all gonna be mad at me tomorrow too, right? But let's get this. This is a video from May of 2023, and understand, in December of this same year, Colin 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 Gray brought his son the weapon that he used at the massacre at his school. So let's listen to this exchange.
Hey, how are you?
Are you calling?
I am.
You want to step out where you can talk real quick?
What's wrong?
You got a son or something that uses, you know what Discord is?
No.
So we got a tip from the FBI saying that somebody from your old address over there in Traditions had made a threat to shoot up a school.
For real?
Yes, sir. And your name was associated with that address. So we went over to that address, and you weren't living there, so
Yeah, we live here. Let me get dressed.
Sure.
Rain.
Well, this is the door.
Does every yeah.
Working nights.
Yeah.
I at least wear pajama bottoms when I answer the door. At least try to.
I come to the door in my underwear.
Unless it's in the middle of the night. I usually have a gun in the hand.
Yeah.
A gun in my hand.
Yeah, then it's a different story.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a thing over on Davenport Road. Guy had stumbled through this person's yard, knocked on the door, dropped. When he left, he walked through a fence and tumbled into the ditch, lost his phone.
We're just gonna sit here and wait.
So I picked his phone up.
Run out the back door.
And it
We
was
don't
one of
care.
those
Go
last
dump all the
calls.
evidence on the computer.
So
We
I
don't care.
put it in an evidence
Just
bag.
take your
And I was
time.
like, and it was on
Take
a
your time.
weekend, so I was like, nobody's gonna be
We'll be
messing
here.
with this.
Yeah.
So I put it in an evidence bag. Forgot to take it by the office. Went home. I had somebody showing up on my doorstep at 2 o'clock in the morning, beating on the door.
You never have to worry about cops at their back
Wife
door
comes
just
in
in
there
case,
and
you know,
like,
they decide to
"Hey."
run out.
There's somebody at the front door. Went out there, they were gone, but I called Griff. He came out there and checked it out.
Sorry, boys.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I got up watching the golf tournament and sat back down.
That was it. That was it.
yeah.
So what? Tell me what.
You have any kids?
Yeah, you want a beer?
Yeah,
I'll pull up a chair. Let's
Colt?
talk.
Yeah, Colt. He's my oldest son.
How old is he?
He's 13.
They didn't let me sit down.
Yeah, he does. Like all the time.
Is he here right now?
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. You think it's something he might have?
I damn sure want to know.
Can we talk to him?
Yeah, absolutely. Now look, he gonna get all red face when you talk to him. Just
I said it was a
calm.
beer. Somebody
Alright,
said it was
so
a Red
him and
Bull.
his-
I thought it was a beer.
let me give you a backstory. So we lived over traditions.
Mm-hmm.
I went to work one day. I'm sole provider.
Yeah.
Build high rises downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a call from one of y'all. Like, so my family's in law enforcement. So when I get the call, I'm trying to think the officer's name. Turns out, nicest guy like ever. He's like, I just want to let you know I'm at your house. I'm like,
Right.
what? He said, y'all have been evicted. I'm like, no, I just paid rent. He's like, nope. He's like, I'm gonna stay here till you get here. So I drove all the way home.
You noticed that already, Robert.
All my shit's in the front yard. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, "I'll
Yes,
just let
Petra,
you
I'm
know
going to put
this
it
is what's
on
going
my
on. There's people standing
Instagram
with
page.
trailers
I mean,
and
on
shit."
my
I'm like, what are they doing?
YouTube page.
He's like, well, they're gonna get your stuff after 24
It'll be on
hours.
my
Is that
YouTube
right?
page.
Like, I don't even know why y'all are here. So, long story short, I'm like, trying to figure out what's going on with my wife. She's in the house. So we split. Long story short, for obvious reasons. She took my younger two and went back home, lived with her mom. Colt and I rented a house and came here. So we've been good, like no problems. He struggled at first with the separation. All school was kind of.
I got it too. I had it before a lot of people had. I just
Countless
haven't had
times
time to
just
put it on my
tracking
YouTube
with
page.
it, you know, like, hey, make sure you're good.
Why y'all going to someone else's
They
YouTube page?
understand what's
Always
going on.
about supporting me.
He goes to Jefferson Middle School, yes sir. So he's been doing really good. Like, you know, in the beginning he kind of struggled a little bit, but
Let me ask you this: Do you have weapons in the house?
I do.
Are they accessible
I didn't
to
get
him?
Any
They
of
are.
that stuff.
I mean, there's nothing loaded, but they are down. We do a lot of shooting. We do a lot of deer hunting. He shot his first deer this year.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so like I'm pretty much in shock, to be honest with you.
Well,
I'm a little pissed off, to be even really honest with you, if that is what was said. But
well, the
hell, we've been up to
information-
the school for so many times now.
The information I got was sort of incomplete, and I don't know how.
Take another
old it
sip.
is.
Take another sip.
And like I said, the original complaint
Right.
went to your other address, or your previous address, and that's where we just came from, and it wasn't them.
Yeah, no, I'm sure
So,
it wasn't.
I don't know if, and so we ran So
I mean, I swear to God, we've been up to school. I've been up to school, like, I'm on first name. I just was up there 3 days ago for his finals, talking to the principal, like, look,
Never worked for
make
me.
sure Colt's good. He gets flustered and under
Right,
pressure. He
go
doesn't really think
Robert.
straight. Can we
Exactly.
just kind of put your arms around him, get him through 7th grade? I just want to make sure he's good.
Like
I
a
mean, we're
Russian
up there all
hacker
the
just
time
took
doing
over your
school.
computer.
If you
and
talk to that school,
in your
they'll know
son's
exactly who I
Discord.
am. I'll say that. I mean, because I'm up there that much, you know?
checking in on him.
Yeah,
Make sure
I just want to make sure he's good.
Yeah.
So I'm a little taken back by the whole thing, but
Exactly.
I can tell you this, I take that very serious, and
The
so
Home
does he,
Depot's-
as a matter of fact.
The Home
You know,
Depot
he's-
side.
Say his first name's Colt.
Colt, C-O-L-T, yes sir.
I mean, all I can do is ask him.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
You know. And
Yeah, I want you to talk to him and just tell him. Like, I don't know.
You noticed that
I
too.
don't know
I noticed
anything about
all
him
these
saying
things
shit
when I
like
first
that.
watched
I'm gonna
this
be
video.
mad as hell if he did, and then all the guns will go away, and they won't be accessible to him.
You are
You know,
coming to
I'm
this
trying to
man's
be
house
honest with
to
you, I'm trying to teach him about
investigate
firearms and safety.
a
and
child
how
in
to
a
do it all
Discord
and
saying he was
get him
going to shoot up a
interested in the
school.
outdoors.
Mhm.
Like on my phone.
Get him away from those video games.
Exactly right. That's the god honest truth. And the picture on my phone is him with blood on his cheeks from shooting his first deer. It was just the greatest day ever.
Yeah,
So
sure.
he knows the seriousness of
Exactly,
weapons
Jazz.
and what they can do and how to use them and not use them. So
10-4.
it's kind of
You no need.
it's kind of a little bit of a shock. So in whatever y'all telling him, please instill in him that if this is whatever or wherever this is coming from, it's no joke.
Yeah.
Like, it's no joke.
But we wouldn't be here.
You all wouldn't
No, I
believe
know.
this if I
I
would
know,
just
and I'm
told
telling
you
you right
all
now, we
about
talk
it. You
about
had to
quite
see it
a
for
bit.
yourself.
All the school shootings, things that happen.
Yeah.
Hey,
Scary.
are you getting picked on at school? He is. He's getting picked on at school, and is everything okay? That's why I keep going up there.
Yeah.
You know, because you never really know, and I don't want anything to happen to him. So, yeah, y'all.
All right, well, if you want to grab them,
yeah, y'all talk to
or
him.
we can go in. It's
So
up
it's
to
all
you.
cool.
Bring out
Hang on.
the little monster. No, if he was black, they would have showed up with a SWAT team. They would have showed up with a SWAT team if he was black. That's it. Oh, just go back in house. Do whatever you want to do. Do whatever you want to do. Might as well get a few beers. If they wasn't on body cam, they would have sat down and had some beers with you.
That's the worst part about it. I don't know
Right.
What information? Yeah.
when the information came in.
These are good dudes. Just they're
Hey,
Look,
Colt, what's going
he
on?
could have been deleted everything on the card drive by this time.
So did your dad kind of explain everything to you?
Said something about school
shooting up a school.
Did you say something about school shooting?
Never, I just told him, I don't know what. Maybe they misheard somebody else. I would never say that.
You never ever said.
No, I swear.
Do you use
Internet,
Discord?
look,
Discord?
Yes, sir.
I have to say, I did get to put some draws on.
When's the last time you used it?
Like a few months.
I did get to put on some draws.
Was it at
They let me
Traditions?
put on draws.
Or was it here?
No, it was at Traditions because in that Discord account that I had deleted it before because
Before you moved here?
yeah, because I think it got like it had been password pulled or something. Like I had clicked on a link and somebody had
Have you heard anybody on Discord when you were using it say something like that? You remember?
like
Exactly.
at that time.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think I ever had anybody that.
Never. And I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody hemmed up, but like, this is some serious stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he knows how serious it is. Trust me.
'Cause I'd hate to, you know, my boss was even like, you know, I don't know how old this information is, and if you want to wait till Monday to follow up, I was like, nah, I'd rather do it now, because
Police don't treat us like that when we the victim.
happened and I didn't do my job, I'd feel pretty bad about that. So I just want to make sure you understand that if something like that happens, or you hear something like that, report it.
Yeah, yes,
Tell your dad, tell
and
teacher.
like I
whatever.
told him, I would promise I would never say something like
So
that.
you haven't used Discord in a few
Oh,
months,
no,
and you're saying you didn't say anything like that.
No, the only thing I have is TikTok, but I just go around there and watch videos.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough.
What's your birthday?
He's just gonna do a little report.
GCPR, y'all hang around. We're gonna
We
run
talk.
over
We're done in
tonight.
reference to this, and
So y'all can hang out. I want y'all to hear this.
You didn't say anything like that. And I gotta take you at your word, and I hope you're being honest with me. I'm not saying you're lying, but it's
It's a serious thing. Yeah.
it's not unusual for people to lie to police.
He's familiar with that too.
Hey, Colin, what's a good phone number for you, sir?
Interrogation. Hold on right here. I'll be back.
How's school going?
Oh, it's going good here.
About ready to get done with it?
I
For the
actually
year?
already finished. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I finished.
When was your last day?
What's today? Sunday, so Friday.
Friday? What grade you going into?
8th grade.
8th grade, almost high school, man.
Yeah.
The last 4 years, really, the last 4 years is what matters.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, I'm just focusing on something else.
Get them good grades, man. It'll set you up for the rest of
Yeah, so look, you all are welcome any time. We take it like dead serious around here, and I just
Yeah.
want to
You'll
make
see
sure
him at the
that
Klan
I
rally.
even feel
You'll see
better
him at the
if you
like
do find
Saban
out
later
what,
anyway.
Where,
Mm-hmm.
like, can somebody let us know? 'Cause
Sure.
he's gonna be full of anxiety until this gets resolved. I can tell you that
Yeah,
right
'cause I've never would say something related to school.
So did you switch schools when you moved from Traditions? Where were you going before?
West Jackson.
West Jackson Middle? Okay. Is
Um,
things a lot better now?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. That's good.
now.
Let me grab you one. Can I walk through your grass? I'm gonna grab a
Go
card
ahead.
real quick.
Yeah, it's all good.
Are you getting bullied over there at West Jackson Middle?
That's the thing. I wasn't back there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wasn't getting.
Now look, be honest with him about
Yeah.
now in middle school. I told him you were now, and that's
You getting switched out halfway through the school year, being the new guy?
Yeah, I'm being that quiet. We moved like 6 times already. So.
Well, my dad was a logger and grew up in the military. We moved a
He has
lot
a
when I was a
bright
kid.
But
So.
at the past schools,
Sure
like,
did.
surprisingly, I had friends, like I didn't even necessarily have a reason that I would say that or anything.
No. No.
Just 16 months
Well,
later.
there's always somebody you can talk to if you need to.
Yeah, sure.
All right. School resource counselors.
Yeah, and I do talk to them. Yeah, I talk to the counselor quite often.
Okay.
Just, let her update her on, just how life's going and stuff like that.
Yeah. Start looking out and making goals for yourself.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You interested in anything?
I want to be a philosopher when I grow up.
What's up,
A what?
Psycho?
A philosopher.
A philosopher.
What's up, Psycho?
It's kind of a out there thing, but that's
Yeah. Well, I mean, do what you enjoy. I mean, I did 20 years in the military. You don't have to settle on just one thing. Did 20 years in the military, retired from that, and been doing this for 7. So, you don't have to fit everything inside the box.
Yeah, that might branch out to different stuff.
No. We got guys at the sheriff's office. They're full-time plumbers, full-time police officers, and do what pays the bills. Do what they enjoy.
And Dad just
But
gets to
everything's
go
going
everywhere.
good.
He just walk around. I'll be right back.
That's good.
I'm going to check this out.
You got a
Do
phone?
this.
Do I have a phone? Yeah, I have a phone.
What's your phone number?
Like I said, I changed my phone number. And
Okay.
I just connect my computer.
All right.
No, this is the thing about it.
Dad said you went deer hunting for the first time this past year.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you
I'm
get?
gonna tell you, this is the thing about it. This body
Three
cam
pointer?
footage is from over 16
Fork on one
months
side
ago.
and one on
Let that
a prong
sink
on the
in.
other, or
It was
Let that sink in.
on one side and 2,
Yeah.
This body cam footage is
yeah, fork
16
on one
months
side and one on the other. Spike.
Yeah, 4, yeah.
Ask yourself,
Yeah.
what made them keep this body cam
I've
footage?
probably seen more one antler deer this year than any other time in my life. Out there in rut and breaking off
Yeah.
an antler,
Breaking off the hand.
run around with just one set of antlers.
But the bulldog.
Alright. Well, look, Cole, I appreciate it. Your dad's got my card. If anything, if you hear anything, tell your dad. He's got my number. He has the info on.
It's serious. He knows how serious it is, and he'll, like I said,
He could've
we'll
went-
have a long conversation here in just a little
He'll
bit.
be publicly drunk in a moment.
You know, it's a pretty traumatic thing that him and I both went through. Now he was at school, I was at work, come home, and I mean every ounce of what we had was under tarps and sitting in that yard. You saw it.
Yeah.
You saw the clientele, the neighbors that lived there. It was like fully embarrassing. So it was
I
very traumatic for both
Sure.
of us. And living here, just us, is like dust is finally settled. He's making good grades, so
That's good. We'll keep that up.
and
That's important.
we'll start talking about traditions in West Jackson and just see if something jogs his memory like that. But certainly we'd like to know if you do find.
Well, my thing is this. So, more than likely, they track the IP address.
Okay.
And that's why we went to that address.
Okay.
Because the IP addresses are usually location specific.
Yep.
Within an area. So, if it came from that house, then either somebody there is lying, or the information's just so old.
Yep.
And maybe it was something he heard or did on Discord
Pirate.
months ago. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
So, but he's telling me he didn't.
Now you tell me, Jay.
Yep.
Too late now.
Okay. If you look me in the eye and you tell me that's what you're telling me, I got no choice but to take it at your word right now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But like I was telling your dad, if we find out otherwise, then it's a different story. Okay.
It's a really different story. Okay.
Got any questions?
No, sir.
You have any
Good
questions?
Yes, sir.
All right. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Oh,
you.
let's get
Y'all
some
be safe.
handshakes
Good luck to you.
all around. Handshakes all around.
I'm knock out a report. You want me to do it?
It don't matter. It's just going to be information. Our agency assist made contact with these people. They had no idea. The husband said that he hasn't been on Discord since fantasy football. And, and then Colin made contact with him, and then brought his son, got his date of birth, brought him out, spoke to him. Apparently he was getting bullied. Very soft-spoken, reserved kid.
Pretty much unable to substantiate anything at this point.
No.
So. And until we get more information from
I
this
got-
so-called tip from the FBI, then I don't know where
Got Dad's phone number, so we'll just do an agency assist report for the FBI and write it up and we'll be done.
Sounds like a plan to me. I appreciate you
Y'all
helping me out, man.
listening?
Hey, no worries. You take care, man. You need the case number? You got it. You need the case number? You got it. Okay.
Then get in my car and jet away. So called FBI report. Look, what I tell y'all. It is what it is. And like I said, you listen. Now you've heard it for yourself. Don't say you didn't hear it for yourself. And we all know how different that would have been. How different that would have been. They didn't do an. That was. I don't even. You get you get a report from the FBI tracing an IP address to them. You get a Discord where someone is saying from your IP address with your son's handle that they're going to shoot up a school. They're talking about shooting up a school. You don't come out and do any computer forensics. You just have a talk. No computer forensic squad whatsoever. No keystrokes in the home. No warrant to seize a computer or anything. The Russians did it. It was Russian hackers. They were just trying to make me look bad. Right? They didn't even go to his room and check it out or nothing. Nothing. And they had the nerve to say it wasn't probable cause. Well, you showed up. You showed up. Right. He's the victim of some Russian hackers. because that's what Russian hackers do, right? They get together and they say, you know what? There's some kid in Georgia that we can just make look bad at the age of 13 because we don't have anything better to do, like influence an election, like pay influencers tens of millions of dollars to spout our rhetoric for us. There's this kid in Georgia, though. We think you got to fit our narrative. Right? 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 That sounds right to everybody. They didn't even get his phone number. Uh, there is so much wrong with this on so many levels. But alas, they had confiscated the tech gear, something. They should have came prepared. I have seen judges sign off on warrants for less in our community. I have seen judges sign off on warrants for less. And here this is a whole, and this think about it. In 1998, 1999 even, this would have said, okay, but we have had a rash of white boys committing school shootings, and they took this that lightly. They took it that lightly. Like I say, all that was missing, Dad should have offered them a beer. They'd have fit right in. Just yeah, give me one of those beers. I'll take one too. That's what they should have did. They didn't even check out the home. Where do you keep your weapons? Nothing like that. Nothing like that. And you all know what happened. And of course, you know what happened a few months later. A few months later, Christmas happened. And what did he get for Christmas? He got an AR-15 because that's that's what we should do, right? Yeah. And for those of you all who didn't see it,
2023,
let's talk about
the first ever deer hunt.
let's talk about the incident. I played this video. When did I play this video, Petra? This weekend? I don't know if I played it for you all. But let's talk about the incident that he was talking about. He was so proud of his son for. Have y'all seen this video? This is the video where he was talking about he was so proud of his son. He videotaped it. Let's take a look at it. He videotaped it. Have y'all seen? Yeah, I posted it on Saturday, but I couldn't post it on TikTok. And I don't know if everybody's seen it here. Across it's on all my other social medias, but just in case you all missed it, this is the video that he was proud of his son about. So he was proud. Yeah. Yeah.
2023, the first ever deer hunt for me and Colt. He's hunting with a 450 Bushmaster, 107 yards, and let's go take a look. I'll follow you, sir. I see white. Holy crap. Look at that, brother. Go ahead and lay your rifle down on it like we had. Other way, barrel up.
Barrel up?
Yep, so you get mud in the barrel. Okay, it's okay. Lay that gun down like we had it for the picture.
Give me a minute, Jazz. No.
All right, remember it's still loaded. Okay.
Y'all see how he
Beautiful.
just handled a loaded
All right.
gun?
Lean down there and hold that head up. Let me see what you busted this morning. January 8th on your first ever deer hunt. Big old giant 3-pointer. Amazing. Look at that. Look at that, son. What a hell of a shot.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How'd that 450 do? Did it kick hard? You couldn't even feel it, could you?
Yeah, thanks for the F1s.
What a shot. Hey, I love you, son.
Yep. I love you more.
Greatest day.
Yep.
All right, Mama. Hopefully you'll love this just as much as we do.
Yep.
See you later.
See.
Good.
Proud mama right here. Listen, did y'all see this? This is this is Macy. Look, can y'all see what Macy Gray says? I'll read it for you. He says, proud mama right here. All are in agreement. He gets his shooting abilities from his mama. Plus, he's hunting with my gun of choice. First hunt ever, first shot ever, one and done, dead deer down. Colt, Colt is 12, but he has 2 inches and about 15 pounds on me. He's been through so much BS in his life, but he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I love you, baby boy. What happened? Did y'all hear? Y'all hear what I? Yeah, that's what that says.
January 8th.
That's what that says. The boy has blood on the side of his face. Do you understand? The boy has blood on the side of his face. That's what we doing now. That's what we doing. That sounds about. That sounds right. That sounds right to somebody. Use tool, not gun. I be damned. I don't mean a tool. I meant a gun. Y'all just F1. Y'all know I can't do that. I can't do that. I tried. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work because in the end, I think it lessens the impact of what I'm saying. Yeah, I won't be censored like that to the point where I try to change the whole vocabulary. I meant gun. I mean murder. I don't mean unaliving. I don't mean it. I meant this is murder. I learned from another video that Colt is a type of gun brand. Colt, right? Colt Gray is a gun. Colt Gray is a gun also. I appreciate the warnings, but y'all know I can't because if we start to let them do that to us, the only reason they can do that to us is because people started buying into it. If they would have never started buying into that language in the first place, TikTok would have changed. But you all bought into that language because y'all were being suppressed. But see, I'm used to being suppressed on TikTok and social media. I'm used to it. My message is not going to change to fit TikTok. My message, I might do that in other people's spaces because I don't want them to lose their page. But there has to be a page, there has to be a place that speaks truth to power, regardless of losing an account. Because I'll just start another one if it's that important. Plus, I got a whole ass radio station. Listen, I got other social medias. I refuse. We talk about we are fighting for free speech and then we must tailor our speech. Not me. Not me. All I can think about is, oh, just a moment. Hey, what's up, GCPR? What's up? Thank you all for joining us. I know. I'm gonna be late. We're gonna run probably even later to this tomorrow. I'm gonna try not to because the debate starts at 8 and it's supposed to be an hour and 30 minutes. So then I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it because I gotta talk. So that means I probably should stream the debate live, uninterrupted, and then play it later, interrupted, so we can talk about anything that I feel and any fact checking I feel like doing. All right. But GCPR, thank you for joining us. I'm gonna let you all go because I know I think I'm gonna let y'all go because y'all probably going to be tomorrow night. You're not gonna get out early. I'm gonna hold on to you as long as I can after the debate, depending on how the debate goes, and then I'm gonna go into my thoughts about how the election is going to go. I'm gonna talk about well, I'm gonna talk about the pre-elect, what I think about post debate, and what I think about pre-debate, and we'll see how they jive because I don't think it's going to go like a lot of people think it is. I don't. I don't. I don't think. I think if you don't do what I think you should do, then we might be It might be a long year. All right, you all. I'll catch you later on GCPR. Thanks for staying. All right, peace. All right, now GCPR is clean. Back to y'all. But he's right on time. I'm right on time. Right. 19 minutes late. That's all. That's all. I'm good. I'm good. I'll make it up to him. I'll make it up. No, I won't. Ain't nobody getting no time out my show. So I'll make it up to him on a Sunday. I don't have any time on. I don't do a show on Sunday, so they can have all the hours on Sunday. I'll make it up. It it's just music after me anyway. So it's just the DJ after me. He's good. He good. He good. Plus he's shorter than I am. Plus he's shorter. And so, all right. But so you see the two videos, right? You see, and then I want to explain something to y'all because people saying the mom called the school and warned the school that he was going to shoot the school up. No, she didn't. She called the school, but she did not in any way alert them that he was a threat to the school until later. She called them at 9:50 a.m. and said it was an extreme emergency and she needed to talk to her son. She did not tell the school that he was a possibility that he was about to shoot up the school at that point. Uh, 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 I just got a message. Oh, okay. I see it. I already seen that one. But yeah, she didn't warn the school. She didn't say shit about shooting at school. 9:50, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Like I say, but it's an argument to be made until I really read what she wrote there. I still make the argument because she was an abused woman and she wasn't in the house actually. She didn't buy him the gun. She didn't, he sent her that video. But when I read that she had told other family members she called the school and she left, and I was like, now I'm looking at you like you're trying to gain attention off of this situation, like you was some kind of just great, you did your great deed. So yeah, I'm looking at her sideways, but not in the. I don't think I'm looking at her in the issue that she should be charged like the father should, because But that was kind of it. Kind of fits right in with what I read about her. So yeah, they're attacking the guidance counselor now, saying she does right. And this is the thing. I think whoever went to the classroom, because you all know, I actually had the picture of Coach the instant the FBI GCPI agent came out there because I'd never been in a news conference where the first news conference they gave the name of a mass shooter, school shooter that was I have never been in a school I have never seen a first news conference like that where they gave out the name of the shooter. I hadn't seen that. So when they gave me the name Code Gray, I did like I thought everybody else did. I ran to the online um, Apache, Alapache school yearbook and looked them up. That first video I made, I had the picture. As soon as I looked them up. The only reason I didn't show the picture is because I didn't want them to be wrong with the name, and I put the picture out there and find out that it wasn't him, and I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared to do that to a child. So that's why I didn't post the picture when I first knew who it was that they referenced in the yearbook. But until we come, because I remember made a video about WSB television putting out the picture of the young black boy who was autistic that was shot, and they called him the shooter. I'm still upset about that because their apology should have been as large as. And then you had Daily Mail and other news agencies picking this up and running with it. This young man, as a victim, autistic victim of the shooter, and you labeled him as the shooter because, of course, we need dark skinned people to be shooters. Yeah. So I said that was a Mac 10. That was an M10. That was an M10 that he had then in that video. Said that was her gun. Yeah, that was her gun. Maybe she would have used it on her husband when he abused her. We might not have 4 people dead at a school. But I digress. Y'all know me. I'm digressing. Hypothetically speaking. Hypothetically speaking, right, right. F1. I think I think they'll let me make it with that one. But I have learned. I thought it was an M10 plaque that and I'm not buying. I'm not buying that he shot that deer at no 170 yards either. That's 321 feet. That's longer than a football field. For that, I'm not buying it. Yep, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. That deer when they did all that filming, they had already had the deer and splashed the blood on the side of his face. I'm not buying that was a 107-yard shot. Yeah, that it was a Bushmaster M10. Yeah, greetings, greetings. So yeah, that was a better shot than somebody else made a few months ago. I hit that regularly in Call of Duty. For his very first shot, hell no. Right. It looked like an M1 to me, but you're the military guy. I'm just a civilian too guy. No, we can hold on. We don't have to. We can go back and listen to the video and for clarification, let's go back and listen. I thought it was an M10. If it was an M1, um, hold tight. I'll pull it back up. No, I don't mind.
2023, the first ever deer hunt for me and Colt. He's hunting with a 450 Bushmaster.
Yes, sir.
107 yards.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear it? In my first shot, I missed the middle. 450 Bushmaster. And the 450 is an M10, isn't it? Is it an M10? No, and that's not what I use. Yeah, that's not what we used in the military either. Yeah, but I like. I mean, I don't know why everybody thinks that you only Republicans like carry guns. Yeah, I just don't carry them for the same reason. My first, so it was a 410, which is I think which is a 450 Bushmaster, which I think is the M10. I am same class of weapon, but we'll look at Petra. You are you looking it up, Petra, for me? Because the mother said that was. Hold on, let's just look at it while Petra looks it up. We'll look at it one more time past that point.
2023, the first ever deer hunt for me and Colt. He's hunting with a 450 Bushmaster.
Yes, sir.
107 yards. And let's go take a look. I'll follow you, sir. I see white. Holy crap. Look at that, brother. Go ahead and lay your rifle down on it like we had. Other way, barrel up.
Barrel up.
This
Yep,
is the
so
part
you
that
get
gets
mud
me.
in the barrel.
Look at him.
Okay, it's okay. Lay that gun down like we had it for the picture.
And plus,
All right,
who
remember, it's
lays their
still
gun
loaded.
down like that? Period. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm getting carried away.
Beautiful. All right. Lean down there and hold that head up. Let me see what you busted this morning. January 8th on your first ever deer hunt. Big old giant 3-pointer. Amazing. Look at
That's not a
that.
giant either.
Look at that, son. What a hell of a shot.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How'd that 450 do? Did it kick hard? You couldn't
Not at
even
all.
feel it, could you?
Nope.
What a shot. Hey, I love you, son.
Yep. I love you more.
Greatest day.
Yep.
All right, Mama. Hopefully you'll love this just as much as we do.
Yep.
See you later.
See.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said too, right? The 450, the Bushmaster. Um, yeah, I think you're right, Coach. Like I say, the handling of the gun for a shot of that nature. Yeah, no, 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 no. M4. Huh. I have even a bigger problem if that's an M4 from that distance for him. I have a bigger problem. 230, 223. Yeah, I have a bigger problem. I have a bigger problem believing he's made that shot at 170 feet. If you think that's an M4, what's the ruling, Petra? Yeah, I have a 230, 223. Yeah, I just figured the caliber was that, but I have a bigger problem with him making that shot from 100. This is a wooded area, and I guarantee you, I can text you at 9:30 if you want to. uh, 450 platform is AR. Yeah, I knew that, but yeah, yeah, 450 Bushmaster. Yeah, the scope on it is powerful. Yes, but I look. My thing is the way they approach the blood on their face and all that. That means they'd already been to the deer, and to call it a big, that's a 2-year-old deer. That's not a. That's not a. Even I know that. I'm not shooting Bambi, but they literally just shot Bambi, and think no. What's up, Penelope? I don't know nothing about hunting, but I have seen enough trophy pictures to know not to put the barrel in the mud. That's a baby deer. That's a baby deer. So there was a mother deer around somewhere. Even at 2 years old, they that deer would have been skittish as hell. That deer would have been skittish as hell. And they wasn't in a deer stand. What's up, Bobby? Y'all say hello to my Bobby. Bobby doesn't know it, but his first breakout movie role, when he gets a red carpet appearance, and he probably thinking about what starlet he gonna take in Hollywood to his first premiere of his first big time movie that he's either co-starring in or have a large speaking role. He think he's showing up with a starlet on his arm. He just doesn't know I'm coming. Yeah, black tuxes. We just gonna would tell people what you want, but I'm gonna be on the red carpet with him, and same with my sister Bethany. They not rocking their first movie premiere. They on the red carpet. I'm their date. Just thought I'd let Bobby know that. Mm. Y'all say hi to Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, they just gonna say, yeah, that's my brother with the red beard. Yeah, yeah. You say, well, Bobby, couldn't you bring so and so and so? I'm gonna look at him like, bitch, nobody asked you. The effective range is 200 yards before drops in a factor. Experienced hunter is not hitting that in. Like I said, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I am not buying it. Yeah, I'm not buying it. That's just too. That this is too much for a first time. Either you have to acknowledge that's not his first time, but I think it is his first time by the way he handled the gun, and you look down. Who looks down the barrel of a loaded gun voluntarily? Let's say they have any. If your father, Yeah, I had an issue with that also. Right. If you say you training him in gun safety, and the first thing he does, my father changed me in gun safety, and nope, never looked down the barrel of a gun. I just never did it unless it was taken apart and I was cleaning it. Yeah. So that's my stance on it, and I stand on that. Yeah. So never point a loaded gun at a person unless you are look Petra. I know that. Why not drop the mag too like it's dead? Cam, Cam, you get carried away. Cam get carried away. But in the end, y'all, this is this is problematic. But you notice that what the conversation has not been about yet. The conversation has not been about the failure of white families to raise these little monsters. It's not. It is not taking on any indictment of the family structure they come from. And I think it's something wrong with that. Like I say, we have a 32-year-old white man running around in the woods of Kentucky right now. He probably, or else he done left Kentucky. But we have a white man running around in the woods of Kentucky. A manhunt is underway that they are suspending at night every day. Every day since he shot up those five people on the highway at exit 49, there has been a manhunt underway. Not a Venezuelan, not a Haitian, not an undocumented immigrant, but for another white man playing hide and seek with the police after shooting up a highway. And no one is talking about any of their home lives. We're not getting we're not getting reports of how they stole a cookie when they were 5 years old, or a pack of gum out of the corner store, or they come from a single mother home, or they any of those things. And I bet there's a lot of duck eating going on right now in the woods if there's some ducks out there. And when did you all start caring about ducks anyway? When did when did when did that's another thing that got me. Said they chopped the heads off the geese at the park, and when did you all start caring about geese and ducks in the park? You're saying that like they were your pets. Those people were saying that like, oh, I can't believe they ate a goose. A goose. When I tried a turducken and it was delicious, right? But all of a sudden, it's Haitians that are eating goose and ducks. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And I have a feeling you just threw the cat in there because you're like, oh, somebody they love. And I thought that was kind of interesting to throw the cat in there when JD Vance was talking about childless cat ladies. All of it seems, but they ran with it. We out here hunting quail, but don't eat the duck. Right. Do you understand how many times I've seen communities complain about geese being in their community, but now all of a sudden, if anybody eats a goose, it's like, I can't believe you ate the goose. Not like this. This is not even a real thing, but this is how far out there this is. I like jerk. Yeah, I like curry duck. If I'm gonna eat duck, it's gonna have to be curry. Didn't even mention a dog. No dogs. Just cats and ducks and geese. Does anybody Jazz? You were talking about the 180 years. That's what the father could possibly get for all the charges he has. Yeah, he has uh, of 2 counts of manslaughter, 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. And if he's found guilty of all that, he can be given 180 years. So, yeah, that's what they were talking about. And of course, his son can't get the death penalty because the 2005 ruling by the Supreme Court that ruled that a child cannot be given the death penalty. If you are under the 18 or under at the time of the offense, you can't be given the death penalty in this country. All right. All right, you all. Y'all get y'all snacks ready for tomorrow. Y'all know what time it is. Um, as soon as I can get a bootleg stream of the election, because I know ABC gonna be trying to keep us from streaming it with all kinds of tactical plots. But I'm working on it right now. If I have to put a camera up and record it, we're gonna be on that election. But we're gonna be on that debate. All right. So y'all have a great night. Thanks for joining me, and I will